Welcome back. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We are taking a comprehensive 45-minute Chinese lesson from our source material and totally gamifying it. We've transformed this content into a highly efficient, progressive leveling up explainer. So if you've ever wanted to jumpstart your Chinese but kind of felt overwhelmed by the whole thing, you are exactly in the right place. We're going to build your vocabulary step by step using visual cues, active recall, and strict pronunciation practice. Let's take a quick look at our game map. We're going to escalate in difficulty through 5 levels. We'll start with essential greetings, move on to food and drink survival, figure out finding your way, tackle shopping and numbers, and then face the boss stage, a final blitz quiz. So get ready to pause, think, and actually answer out loud. All right, level 1, essential greetings. This level begins right now with the absolute basics of human connection because, you really can't unlock a culture without knowing how to open the door first. Take a look at the scenario on screen. Imagine greeting a really close friend versus, say, an older landlord. How exactly do you distinguish between formal and informal greetings in Chinese? I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And here is the answer. For a friend, it's ni hao. Nice and slow, ni hao. But for an elder or in a formal setting, you show respect by saying nin hao. Really listen for that extra N sound at the end. Nin hao. As a context sentence, you definitely say nin hao when walking into a business meeting. The source material actually shares this great little anecdote where a beginner arrived in China and mistakenly used the super casual ni hao with their landlord's mother. They were completely unaware of the difference. It's not strictly wrong, sure, but nin hao shows that crucial extra layer of cultural respect. Okay, next scenario. Check out this image of an empty rice bowl. In Chinese culture, asking about food is a massive way of showing you care. So, how do you ask someone if they have eaten? 3 seconds to guess. 1, 2, 3. 你吃了吗? Let's say that really slowly. 你吃了吗? If you see a friend on the street, you don't always just say hello. You often say 你吃了吗? Now, what's genuinely fascinating about this is the history behind it. Our source explains that in the past, when life in China was much harder and food was really scarce, asking, "Have you eaten?" was a literal check on someone's physical well-being. Today, it's evolved into a really warm, standard greeting that's completely equivalent to us asking, "How are you doing?" Moving on. Picture this happening. You accidentally bump into someone on a totally crowded street. Or maybe you just need to get a waiter's attention. What is the single most versatile phrase you can use here? Take 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. The answer is 不好意思. This is definitely one of the trickier ones, so we are going to repeat it 3 times slowly to really lock it in. 不好意思，不好意思，不好意思. Literally translated, it means I am embarrassed, but practically speaking, it's used for absolutely everything, from a light apology to just getting someone's attention. For a quick context sentence, you'd say 不好意思 right before tapping someone on the shoulder to ask them a question. Awesome! Let's level up. Level 2 is food and drink survival. What's really cool about this next phase is how it brilliantly illustrates that just a few core phrases can unlock China's massive, amazing culinary culture. Take a look at this tall cup of milk tea with tapioca pearls. You're at a cafe and you want that delicious drink. How do you translate "I want milk tea"? You've got 3 seconds to construct it. 1, 2, 3. 我要奶茶. Let's do that nice and slow. 我要奶茶. 我要 is your main structural anchor here, meaning I want, and 奶茶is milk tea. So, for your context sentence, imagine walking right up to the counter and confidently saying 我要奶茶. It's simple, it's direct, and it is highly effective. Now listen to this visceral experience. Quote, "The whole mouth went numb, tears and snot came out, but I couldn't stop eating because it was so delicious." End quote. This is an actual line from our source material recounting an absolutely unforgettable, fiery encounter with authentic Sichuan hot pot. And honestly, it perfectly sets up our next crucial survival phrase. If you want to avoid those tears and snot, you absolutely need to know this phrase. 不能吃辣, meaning I cannot eat spicy food. This pronunciation can be a bit tough for beginners, so let's do our 3 slow repetitions. 不能吃辣, 不能吃辣, 不能吃辣. As our source points out, in places like Sichuan, you're going to encounter not just la, which is your regular spicy heat, but also ma, which is a literal, physical, numbing sensation. Keep this phrase in your back pocket to save your taste buds. All right, level 3, finding your way. We're moving from surviving inside a restaurant to surviving out on the streets. And this section really shows how combining simple words can literally save you when you are completely lost. Check out this confusing city map and subway sign. You're staring at it, completely turned around. How do you construct the phrase to politely ask a local for the nearest subway station? Think about it for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Let's break this one down step by step. First, you want to open politely with 请问. Second, you state what you're looking for. 最近的地铁站. And third, you ask where it is. 在哪里? Now let's put that whole context sentence together smoothly. 请问最近的地铁站在哪里? Now, once you ask, they might reply with directions. 一直走 means go straight. But what if they need you to turn left? That would be 向左转. This specific phrase is notoriously difficult for English speakers to pronounce because of those specific consonant sounds. So we're doing 3 slow repetitions. Ready? 向左转. 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 Really get your tongue used to forming those sounds. Welcome to Level 4, Shopping and Numbers. So, we've greeted people, we've eaten, and we've successfully navigated the streets. Now things are going to get slightly trickier as we dive into quantities and the fine art of bargaining. The absolutely crucial point here is knowing the strict distinction between the 2 ways to say two in Chinese. Is used when you're just counting in a sequence. 1, 2, 3. But if you're talking about a specific quantity, like 200, you must use liang. Let's pronounce both of them slowly together. Liang. So as a context sentence, you would never say bai for 200. You'd say liang bai. Just knowing this tiny difference immediately makes you sound so much more fluent. Now imagine you spot a beautiful yet massively overpriced jacket at a local market. You want to haggle. How do you tell the vendor it's too expensive and ask for a discount? Take 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Your ultimate bargaining tool is this. 太贵了，能便宜一点吗? The word 了 here acts as a particle that indicates a change of state, or it emphasizes just how extreme the price is. Now this is a long, complex sentence, so let's hit our 3 slow repetitions to ensure you're totally ready for the night markets. 太贵了，能便宜一点吗? 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 Trust me, use this and watch those prices drop. You have officially made it to the boss stage. Level 5, Final Blitz Quiz. It is time for our rapid-fire test to check your memory of everything we literally just covered. Active recall is how you truly cement this into your brain. Okay, I am going to read each phrase slowly. I want you to translate them aloud in the pause that follows. Number 1, mean how. To wrap up our explainer today, I want to teach you one final incredibly important phrase, 加油. Literally translated, it means add oil, kind of like fueling an engine. But culturally, it is the ultimate phrase of encouragement, meaning keep going or go for it. Our source material heavily emphasizes that language isn't just about memorizing grammar rules, it's deeply, inextricably tied to cultural concepts like 加油. True fluency requires understanding both the words and the feeling behind them. So, armed with this newly structured knowledge, I want to leave you with a provocative thought. When you finally step out into the world, what will your very first Chinese sentence be? Keep learning, 加油, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.